Season 1. In a world ruled by sharp suits and sharper minds, Suits begins with a twist that instantly sets it apart. Harvey Specter, the top closer at Pearson Hardman, isn't just looking for another associate. He's about to take the biggest gamble of his career. Enter Mike Ross, a brilliant college dropout with a photographic memory and zero law degree. When he accidentally stumbles into Harvey's interview, what should have been a disaster turns into destiny. Harvey sees something rare: talent, nerve, and an instinct no textbook could ever teach. Against every rule in the book, he hires Mike. And the lie begins. From the start, the duo becomes unstoppable. Harvey's charm and confidence meet Mike's raw intellect and empathy. Together, they close impossible cases, outsmart rivals, and navigate a world built on appearances. But every victory hides a risk. The secret that Mike isn't a real lawyer. Around them orbit the unforgettable faces of Pearson Hardman, Donna, Harvey's razor-sharp secretary who knows more than anyone realizes, Louis Litt, the eccentric, insecure, and ambitious lawyer desperate for Harvey's approval, and Jessica Pearson, the firm's commanding managing partner, cool under pressure and terrifyingly intelligent. But as the firm wins cases, the lies grow heavier. Mike's secret starts to catch the attention of suspicious eyes, especially Trevor, his troubled best friend who could expose everything. It's a season of brilliance and deception, friendship and fear, where every win comes with a cost. By the end of Season 1, the stakes explode. Harvey's mentorship turns to protection as Jessica begins to suspect something's off about her golden associate. Suits starts as a show about ambition, but it quickly becomes a story about trust, loyalty, and how far someone will go to protect the truth. Season 2. The secret that powered Harvey and Mike's success now threatens to destroy them both. Season 2 of Suits turns the pressure up, and this time, every move counts. Pearson Hardman is no longer the confident powerhouse it once was. Founding partner Daniel Hardman returns after years away, claiming to have changed. But Harvey and Jessica know better. His comeback isn't redemption, it's revenge. As Hardman plots his takeover, the firm becomes a battleground of loyalty, deceit, and control. Harvey fights fire with fire, pulling Mike deeper into his world of legal warfare. The cases get tougher, the lies heavier, and the line between right and wrong starts to blur. But while Harvey battles Hardman on the outside, Mike's personal life begins to crumble on the inside. Rachel Zane, the firm's bright and ambitious paralegal, grows closer to Mike, unaware of his secret. Their chemistry finally ignites, but so does the risk. The truth about his fake degree hangs over every kiss, every confession, like a ticking clock. Louis Litt, meanwhile, becomes the wild card. Torn between ambition and integrity, he's manipulated by Hardman into betraying Harvey and Jessica. It's a devastating blow, but also the moment that begins Louis's long, complicated evolution. When Hardman finally seizes control, it feels like the end of Pearson Hardman itself. But Harvey, Jessica, and even Louis unite to take it back, proving that sometimes enemies can become allies when survival's on the line. By the end of Season 2, power is restored, but at a cost. The firm survives, yet cracks begin to show in every relationship. Harvey's loyalty is tested, Mike's conscience is breaking, and Rachel finally learns the truth about his secret. The lie that built their empire has finally come to light. Season 3, power, loyalty, betrayal. Season 3 of Suits takes everything we thought we knew and flips it upside down. The war for control might be over, but the battle for identity has just begun. With Daniel Hardman gone, Jessica and Harvey rebuild under a new banner, Pearson Specter. But their victory comes with strings attached. To keep the firm afloat, they're forced into a merger with a British law firm, bringing in the cunning and calculating Edward Darby. The merger promises power, but it also invites chaos. Enter Dana Scott. Scotty, Harvey's former flame and rival, now part of the Darby team. Their romantic tension flares up again, blurring the lines between love and ambition. At the same time, Mike and Rachel's relationship deepens, and so does the fallout from his secret. Rachel knows now, but she chooses to stay, proving that sometimes love can survive a lie, at least for a while. Meanwhile, Louis Litt finally starts to come into his own. For the first time, he's trusted with major responsibilities. He's brilliant, but emotionally volatile, and when his loyalty is questioned yet again, it cuts deep. Season 3 marks the turning point for Louis, from comic relief to a tragic figure searching for validation. You begin to realize Louis doesn't want power. He just wants respect. But the heart of this season belongs to the conflict between Harvey and Jessica. Trust fractures between mentor and protege. Harvey wants independence. Jessica wants control. And their partnership becomes a chess match played with clients, cases, and egos. When the Darby merger collapses in flames, along with several relationships, Pearson Specter is left bruised but alive. Jessica and Harvey reunite on fragile terms. Mike, meanwhile, questions if he can keep living the lie forever. By the end of Season 3, Suits evolves from a story about lies into one about identity. It's not just who you are on paper that matters. It's who you choose to be when everything else falls apart. Season 4. Season 4 of Suits doesn't slow down for a second. It's sharper, riskier, and more emotional than ever before. And this time, Harvey and Mike aren't fighting on the same side. After years of bending rules inside the courtroom, Mike finally decides to step outside it. He leaves Pearson Specter to become an investment banker, but of course he ends up squaring off against his mentor in a corporate takeover battle. Harvey versus Mike. The teacher versus the student. It's not just business. It's personal. Their conflict tears at the heart of the show. For the first time, the bromance that defined Suits is put to the ultimate test. The same loyalty that once made them unbeatable now turns into the weapon that could destroy them both. As they clash over loyalty and ethics, both men begin to question who they've become. Harvey, the confident closer, starts to show cracks, moments of vulnerability he's never let anyone see before. Mike, now powerful in his own right, struggles with guilt, ambition, and the weight of still living a lie. And in the midst of all this chaos, Louis Litt finally gets his chance at redemption. And heartbreak. When he discovers the truth about Mike's fake degree, everything detonates. It's one of the most emotional moments in the entire series. Years of insecurity, betrayal, and longing explode in a single confrontation that changes everything. It's not just a twist. It's justice mixed with tragedy. Louis gets the validation he's always wanted, but at the cost of trust, friendship, and stability at Pearson Specter. By the end of Season 4, no one is the same. Harvey and Mike's brotherhood is fractured. Donna leaves Harvey to work for Louis, shattering the one bond Harvey thought was unbreakable. And beneath the tailored suits and courtroom victories, every character is left staring at the same truth. Success means nothing without loyalty. Season 5. Season 5 of Suits is where everything starts to unravel. The lies, the power plays, the rivalries. All of it begins to close in. The walls at Pearson Specter Litt have never felt tighter. Harvey Specter, the man who never cracks, begins to fall apart. After Donna leaves him to work for Louis, his world shifts. He's haunted by anxiety and panic attacks, the kind of battles no sharp suit can hide. Behind the arrogance and confidence, we see Harvey at his most human. His therapist, Paula, becomes both a mirror and a lifeline, forcing Harvey to confront his past, his fear of abandonment, and his complicated feelings for Donna. It's the first time the show peels back his armor and lets the audience see the man behind the myth. Meanwhile, the firm faces chaos when Lewis brings in a new hire, Katrina Bennett, and tries to rebuild his standing as name partner. But it's Mike Ross's storyline that explodes this season. After years of hiding his secret, the unthinkable happens. He gets caught. Mike's entire double life comes crashing down. It's the show's biggest turning point. The moment Suits stops being about pretending and becomes about consequences. The arrest rocks everyone. Harvey blames himself, Jessica fears the firm's collapse, Lewis panics, and Donna tries to hold the family together. But amidst the chaos, the heart of the series shines through. Loyalty. Harvey refuses to abandon Mike. He takes on the impossible task of defending him in court, knowing full well that this might be the end of everything they've built. By the end of season 5, Mike makes the ultimate sacrifice. Instead of risking the firm or the people he loves, he pleads guilty. It's the first time the closer loses, and it's devastating. Season 5 ends not with triumph, but with truth. The charade is over, the secret's out. And for the first time, everyone must face the cost of pretending to be something they're not. Season 6 of Suits begins not in a boardroom, but behind bars. The price of Mike Ross's secret has finally come due, and now he's serving time in federal prison. For a man who built his life on pretending to be a lawyer, the irony couldn't be sharper. Prison strips Mike of everything: his job, his freedom, his confidence. It's no longer about winning cases, it's about survival. Inside, he faces new enemies and moral tests he's never had to deal with before. But true to Suits' form, even in confinement, Mike finds a way to help others. This time by representing fellow inmates and fighting for justice the right way. Meanwhile, Harvey Specter is fighting his own kind of prison, the one made of guilt. He's determined to get Mike released, even if it means sacrificing his own reputation. Harvey's relentless push to make things right exposes the emotional core of his character. The loyalty that's always been his greatest strength, and sometimes his greatest weakness. At the firm, Jessica Pearson faces her toughest leadership challenge yet. Pearson Specter Litt is crumbling. Clients are leaving, partners are quitting, and the firm's reputation is in ruins. Through it all, Jessica remains a pillar, elegant, brilliant, and unbreakable. But even she reaches a breaking point. Jessica decides to leave the firm and start a new chapter, one rooted in justice rather than corporate battles. Her departure marks the end of an era. The heart of the firm, the mentor to Harvey, walks away, leaving the power vacuum she's held for so long. But Suits has always been about starting over. With Jessica gone and Mike still fighting for his freedom, Harvey, Lewis, and Donna hold the line. Eventually, Harvey strikes a deal that sets Mike free. But freedom comes with a price. Mike can't practice law, and Pearson Specter Litt is still in shambles. By the end of season 6, Suits reinvents itself once again. Jessica's gone, but her influence lingers. Mike is free, Harvey is changed, and Donna, always the quiet anchor, reminds them that the fight isn't over. It's a new beginning, born from loss, loyalty, and the realization that redemption always comes at a cost. Season 7. Season 7 of Suits is a season of rebirth and reckoning. The firm is rebuilding, the characters are redefining themselves, and for the first time in a long time, there's a glimmer of hope beneath the chaos. Mike Ross is finally back where he belongs, in a suit at the firm, and this time, legally. After years of deception, he's been given a second chance to practice law, and he's determined to prove that redemption isn't just possible. It's worth fighting for. But even with a clean slate, Mike learns that old ghosts don't disappear easily. Harvey, meanwhile, steps into a role he's long avoided: managing partner. With Jessica gone, the firm's future rests on his shoulders. But leadership doesn't come naturally to a man who thrives on control, not compromise. His dynamic with Donna grows even more complicated as she becomes COO, blurring the line between partnership and personal connection. And then there's Louis Litt. Still quirky, still passionate, but more self-aware than ever. He's learning to balance his ambition with empathy, a rare evolution in a world built on ego. His romance with Sheila Saz reignites, forcing him to confront what he truly wants: love, family, and stability. But the calm doesn't last long. The firm's stability is once again tested, this time by power plays and personal struggles. Harvey's relationship with Dr. Agard crosses professional lines, sparking conflict within the firm. Mike's desire to take on pro bono cases for the underprivileged puts him at odds with corporate clients. The season becomes a tug-of-war between ambition and morality. As the season unfolds, familiar faces return, including Jessica Pearson, reminding Harvey of the legacy she left behind. And then comes the emotional farewell. Mike and Rachel, finally ready to move on, decide to leave Pearson Specter Litt behind. After seasons of secrets, sacrifices, and second chances, they choose happiness over ambition. Their exit marks the end of an era. The original duo that started it all, Harvey and Mike, say goodbye not with regret, but with respect. It's the moment fans waited for and dreaded all at once. By the end of Season 7, Suits isn't just a show about clever lawyers anymore. It's about growth, about learning that winning isn't everything, and that sometimes walking away is the bravest victory of all. Season 8. Season 8 of Suits begins like a new chapter after the storm. Mike and Rachel are gone. The old Pearson Specter Litt dynamic has shifted, and the firm must redefine itself from the ground up. For the first time in years, Harvey Specter isn't just fighting cases. He's fighting change. Enter Samantha Wheeler, the firm's newest partner and Harvey's boldest match yet. She's fearless, strategic, and every bit as cunning as Harvey himself. Their chemistry is immediate, part rivalry, part mentorship, and it forces Harvey to grow in ways he never expected. Samantha doesn't just challenge his ego, she challenges his ethics. At the same time, Alex Williams steps into a bigger spotlight. He's determined to prove himself as name partner, and his friendship with Harvey begins to strain under the pressure. The firm becomes a chessboard again, alliances shifting, trust tested, egos colliding. But amid the chaos, Donna Paulson truly comes into her own. No longer just the voice of reason or the emotional center. She's a leader now, wielding authority with grace and confidence. Her dynamic with Harvey continues to simmer, an unspoken connection that's been years in the making. Every shared glance says what words can't. And while the firm navigates its new leadership, Robert Zane, Rachel's father, takes center stage. His addition as name partner strengthens the firm's credibility but also stirs conflict. Robert's protective nature and moral compass clash with Harvey's aggressive tactics. It's respect mixed with resentment. Two alpha personalities trying to share one kingdom. As the season progresses, lines blur between loyalty and survival once again. Samantha's hunger for recognition pushes her into morally gray territory, while Louis, now managing partner, tries to balance leadership with impending fatherhood. He's no longer the punchline. He's the man trying to hold a family together, both at work and at home. By the end of Season 8, everything feels different yet deeply familiar. New faces have taken the place of old ones, but the spirit of Suits, ambition, wit, and loyalty remains intact. And just when Harvey thinks he's found balance, one decision threatens to shatter it all. Donna and Harvey finally cross the line they've danced around for years. It's not just another twist. It's the moment the show had been building towards since the beginning. Season 8 doesn't just reinvent Suits. It dares to let its characters evolve, even when it means letting go of who they used to be. Season 9. After 8 seasons of lies, loyalty, and reinvention, Suits reaches its endgame. Season 9 begins not with triumph, but with consequence. Robert Zane has taken the fall for a client's misconduct, and the firm, now called Specter Litt Wheeler Williams, faces its final reckoning. Harvey Specter, once the untouchable closer, finally stands vulnerable, no longer defined by power, but by the people he's fought for. His relationship with Donna is now out in the open, a love story years in the making, both complicated and beautiful. Their connection becomes the emotional anchor of the final season, reminding everyone that even the toughest people need someone to lean on. But peace never lasts long at Specter Litt. Enter Faye Richardson, the special master sent by the Bar Association to clean up the firm's ethics. She's ruthless, relentless, and determined to bring the team down from the inside. For once, Harvey and Lewis are on the same side, defending the very family that's always been on the brink of tearing itself apart. Throughout the season, everyone faces their final test. Samantha battles to keep her name on the wall. Lewis prepares for fatherhood and finally learns to lead with compassion, not fear. Donna becomes the firm's emotional compass, guiding Harvey toward the kind of man he's always tried to hide. And Mike Ross, yes, Mike, returns one last time, stepping back into Harvey's life in the courtroom for an emotional reunion that feels like coming home. But the biggest change of all comes when Harvey finally makes the choice that defines his legacy. Not as a closer, but as a man. He sacrifices his career to protect the people he loves, just like Mike once did for him. It's poetic, it's powerful, and it's everything this story has been building toward. With Harvey and Donna leaving New York to join Mike and Rachel in Seattle, the show comes full circle. The student and the mentor reunited again, not in deceit, but in purpose. Lewis, now managing partner and a proud father, leads the firm into its future. And Pearson Specter Litt, the name, the legacy, lives on in spirit, carried by everyone who fought for it. Season 9 isn't just the end of a legal drama. It's the conclusion of a decade-long story about ambition, identity, and the price of loyalty. Every win, every loss, every secret led to this. A final goodbye not with scandal, but with peace. And in the end, Suits reminds us of one simple truth. It was never just about law. It was about family. If you enjoyed this series explanation of Suits, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows. And let me know in the comments what show you want me to cover next. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and drop us a note in the comments letting us know what you want to see us do next.